Mega Man 1 feels like it is the first one because of the fact that it's kind of the shell of the future ideas, and not everything seemed to be involved in it yet. It seemed like a lot of the ideas had started there, and then nothing was fully fleshed out yet. I mean, there was still the point system in it and everything, and it was just stupid.
So the structure was there, but like the filling maybe was not as well baked as it could have been.
Are we talking about donuts or Mega Man? Because I have a hankering for pastry now.
Of the Robot Master stages, what goes the farthest to explain your feelings on Mega Man 1?
The blandness of all of them. Mega Man 1 is a bland game.
Yeah, so you have trouble picking one?
I have trouble picking one because, I don't know, Iceman?
He's a stage? Yes?
Maybe? The Iceman stage?
Because, what about him makes you...
Because it's been done a million times already by this point, where there's ice stages. It's just bland.
Yeah, but it's weird that you pick Iceman, because he has those annoying helicopter platforms, and he has the, disappearing blocks that everybody hates.
Yeah, but, I'm just picking Iceman because the ice stage, and as I said, it's in everything. It was even in a Simpsons game, where Bart Simpson skateboards down the Great Wall of China.
So aesthetically speaking, you think Mega Man 1 is a little unoriginal?
I believe the word we're looking for here is just regurgitating the blandness. It's not good.
But in Mega Man 1's
good.
defense, this is like 1987, I think? I'll have to look that up.
God,
But it is pretty early on, so you can sort of forgive it for playing on tropes a little.
I suppose, but even at that time, it was done to death already. I don't know, like, it just seemed like the ideas were there, as I said.
Yeah.
The ideas were there, but nothing was fully fleshed out yet. They had an idea for a game, they didn't know exactly how to do it yet. By the time they figured out that that game was a success and they had to make another one, they finally decided that they needed to fully flesh out the experience.
Or it could be that they had the experience necessary to point the game in one direction.
There's no reason for yelling.
I also think it's a pretty bland game. And to that end, I think Bomb Man is the most emblematic stage of the game, where you have plenty of bland enemies like the ball guys that float by and just shoot in 8 directions. Like, that's a really generic idea.
I suppose.
But it also has moments where you can see Mega Man climbing out of the primordial ooze, as it were. Where, like, there are enemies that shoot up from these bottomless pits. And so that's a tactical platforming sort of thing, where it takes advantage of a platforming feature of the stage, where the enemy appears from a bottomless pit. And that's kind of an idea that Mega Man games like to play on. And Bomb Man also has the Sniper Joes, which are, like, they run throughout the series, and they have a pretty complicated AI where, like, they have a shield, and they can lower it so you can hit them, but at the same time they're able to hit you when the shield is lowered. So I think Bomb Man runs the gamut and sort of shows how Mega Man 1 is going from a generic shooter to a more specific, like a carefully paced, thinky kind of shooter.
Maybe I don't know, I feel like it doesn't completely explain Mega Man 1 as a whole, but as a series, I think that level does. I think that level is significant to what the Mega Man series becomes in all eventuality.
Yeah, I think that's what I think of Mega Man 1, that it's just pointing towards the rest of the series.
I guess that's a really good way to look at it. I'm just looking at Mega Man as a bland game, the first one.
So do you feel the same way about the bosses? Do you think they're bland?
I wouldn't mind saying that they were bland, but the thing is that eventually there were super fighting robots, Mega Man! They had the cartoon where, like, it seemed like the main enemies were Cutman and Gutsman. Like, they were in that show so many times. So I feel like, in a way, that game introduced two of the most iconic characters into the franchise.
They are really good designs.
Especially this picture that I'm looking at currently of Cutman with a big smile.
When you put Cutman and Gutsman next to, like, a guy in a parka and the electrical bad guy from Spider-Man, Gutman and Cutsman are really, really cool.
Yeah. When you put them next to Spider-Man, everything's cool, though. Or anything to do with the Spider-Man universe.
Oh, suck it, Spider-Man. Calling you out.
It's true, though. A guy with scissors on his head is better than a Scorpion Man. A big guts man, I guess, is better than the Rhino.
Wasn't that a Johnny Depp movie? Edward Scissorhead?
God, yeah, Edward Scissorhead, I remember that. It was a take on the first Mega Man, but only one of the stages, and then Tim Burton just gave up eventually, because it was so bad. I believe that's canonical, right?
I like Big Fish.
Oh, God, Big Fish is one of my favorite movies of all time, if not my favorite movie, so I guess you got it. But, so that was, oh shit, I forgot his name. The underwater level in Mega Man 4.
That's Dive Man.
Dive Man, yeah, so the Big Fish was Dive Man, the movie.
Okay, I'll buy it.
Alright. I'm in.
The boss I always think of is Elecman, where all of the bosses sort of just run at you and do their attack, and some of them might have different flourishes, where Gutsman will jump and paralyze you, or Bombman arcs his attacks. But Elecman sort of, I guess, speaks to the essential parts that are in every boss, where he really just runs towards you and really just shoots at you. And he also speaks a little bit to how Mega Man 1 is a little half-baked, in the sense that, I don't know if you've ever seen the strategy for cheesing him, where, like, if you shoot him just as he jumps onto the ledge, he falls off, and then he can never shoot at you because he's always trying to jump up at you. I've never been able to do that myself, but I've seen videos of it. So, for those two reasons, I feel like Elecman is, that's what I think of when I think of Mega Man 1 Robot Masters.
I'm glad I think of two of the most iconic characters. You think of the one that you can just completely screw over. I guess that's a good way of looking at Mega Man 1. Like, Mega Man 1, I feel like, is one of the most polarizing Mega Man games of the whole series.
I thought everybody didn't care for it.
God, I don't know. I mean, I've talked to quite a few people that love it, but I don't know, Mega Man 1 just never did it for me. But then again, my favorite Robot Master is, I guess, one of the jokiest ones, so we'll talk about that in the near future.
Uh-oh.
Foreshadowing.
Even if you think the stages are plain, and you're basing your boss judgment off of their designs, certainly you enjoyed the music, right?
The music of every Mega Man game is good, but the problem that I've always had was having a distinct song that sticks out from the series.
Okay, like a Mega Man 2, that would be Wily 1. Everybody knows Wily 1.
Oh, of course.
Oh. But, so, you're saying you can't find that in Mega Man 1? There is no, like...
I feel that way about the whole series as it is. Like, I never have music that's really stuck out to me that much from Mega Man. And in Mega Man 1, I guess if I had to say any of the songs stuck out to me more than any, God, I guess Elecman's probably. Because of the, what is that, the chord progression? That's what it is? No, it's the only one that I can think of right now.
Oh, but that's what everybody knows because of the chord progression.
Sure, yeah, because electrical cords, and they progress into the wall to turn on your lamp.
Wait, so do you know the thing where everybody compares it to that Journey song then? Da 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 da.
I guess you're right. Holy Jesus. Yes. Yeah.
We're learning things today.
I'm learning everything. I'm learning all the things.
Well, today you told me that Rainbow Man was originally going to be called Mega Man in the U.S., so...
Or Mega Man was originally going to be called Rainbow Man in the US. Yeah, I know, it's a weird thing. So this would have actually been the debut of Rainbow Man, but I think that they decided, I believe the story is that they decided not to go with Rainbow Man because there just wasn't enough colors on the NES.
So for music, I usually think of Cutman because the entire series, I think, has memorable melodies, but the ones in Mega Man 1 are also really short and really simple. So I find them the easiest to remember. And it also, it just sticks to a lot of Mega Man staples where there's the lower track in the background that keeps things busy. So that you have, a place to go when you get bored of the main melody. And also, near the end of the track, it does, an echoey thing. That I'm pretty sure appears a lot in Mega Man songs.
Yeah, that's called Nirvana Syndrome.
Is it?
Yeah.
But mainly, I picked Cutman because he's definitely one of the shorter and more memorable melodies from Mega Man 1.
I feel like there's too much looping with the music, though. In Mega Man 1, I don't feel like the songs loop as much in the others, though.
Yeah, I do think they get longer as the series goes, or if they do loop, there's more variation along the way.
Yeah. I don't know, Mega Man 1 seems to get a lot more tiresome when it comes to the music. As I said, it feels like a shell to what the series ends up becoming.
Yeah, a blueprint.
A blueprint to make the ultimate robot master, Sheep Man.
Out of the first 6 Mega Man games, the ones on the NES, what place would you give Mega Man 1?
I would have to put it in dead last. I really would. And I know that some people might be pissed off about that, but this is my own personal opinion. Therefore, what I say is absolutely correct. There's nothing wrong about it, and Mega Man 1 goes in completely last place.
Not good, not bad, not right, no wrong.
It's not... In all honesty, Mega Man 1 is not a bad game. It's just not as good as the other ones had become.
That's the way I feel. I don't want to give any spoilers away about my other rankings, but I would also put Mega Man 1 in dead last. I enjoy playing it, but definitely not as much as any of the others.
Yeah, I feel like there's certain systems in place that don't work properly yet, or that are completely unnecessary, especially with the scoring. I know some people do like that, but I find the score to be just a thing for extra eye candy, basically. Completely unnecessary. When you have a game that's as difficult as the Mega Man games are, you don't need the score to worry about. You should just be thankful that you beat the level.
Well, there is that. And even if the game was difficult, I think they could justify a scoring system if it enticed you to play in a particular way. But in Mega Man 1, all the scoring does is entice you to sit in place and farm for those point icons, which isn't really fun.
Mega Man 1 wasn't about being fun. 1 doesn't rhyme with fun.
Alright. That's one perspective of the English language.
It's a Japanese game. That's all that matters.
Oh no. Thank you for joining us this week. Next time we'll be covering Mega Man 2.
Olay!